It's a very complicated landscape. We looked at lots of different research out there. Some of them are just pictured here: Rockefeller Center, Vanguard, Morningstar, and OECD, to name a few. And so this complicated landscape, really, when you look at it, when you talk about having data or thinking about investing in ESG, it really shows in this slide here. You have 70 different data providers, ratings providers for ESG, no consistent set of data or rating methodology. Okay, I know the slide's a bit small, so I'll just highlight here. So this is Thomson Reuters, big data provider, MSCI, huge data provider, and also Bloomberg, largest data provider. And they put this environmental, social governance, E, S, and G, right? And so, but within that, what are they trying to rate, or what are they trying to rank when they talk about these different pillars, right? E, environmental. Thomson Reuters has resource use, but no climate change. Well, MSCI has climate change, but and Bloomberg has carbon emissions, and Bloomberg also has renewable energy, resource depletion. All of these are not featured in the other two. So when you follow any fund, any investment that uses one data provider, you're going to have very, very different outcomes. Because I mean, just from these three alone, and just from the environmental side, you can see there's a huge difference between them, right? Like social, Thomson Reuters has human rights, but that's not in MSCI. For governance, there is focus on shareholders for Thomson Reuters, but not really much of that in MSCI, none of that in MSCI. So as we know, there are many different things. And look, the metrics, sub-metrics, Thomson Reuters has 186, MSCI is 34, Bloomberg has more than 120. So every single, and these are three, there's another big one, Morningstar, through their Sustainalytics subsidiary, right? So these four guys all have different ratings. This slide shows it in a simpler way to see. If you look at an Amazon, right? It's rated by 5 different guys, all differently. Walmart, look at that. There's one provider rating it, more ESG, worse ESG. There's one that rates it very highly ESG. Exxon, there's one that rates it very high, and then there's some that rate it very average. And Berkshire is actually rated very low by some, and then rated high by some. So everybody is rated differently. So who do you when you're investing, depending on which, if you're investing in a fund that just says, okay, we follow some ESG ratings and we only buy highly rated ESG companies, you're going to get very, very different results depending on whoever which provider they are using. And just to sort of drill it down, even just really two examples here with a bit more detail. So Chevron, I'm sure it's an oil and gas company. You might be familiar with it. Right, so two guys, Sustainalytics, it's Morningstar, right? Morningstar on one side and MSCI on the other side. Same company, Chevron. MSCI rates it average. Triple B is like the average rating. Morningstar rates it a severe risk, right? While MSCI, says it's average for corporate governance. Morningstar says that one of the risk is corporate governance. So, depending on who you're asking and what metrics they're using, you get a same company, different results. Similarly, Facebook, Morningstar rates it at a medium risk. MSCI rates it as a laggard, below average, right? And MSCI says below average because of corporate governance, but Morningstar also flags out corporate governance but rates it medium risk. So whichever provider you're using is going to have a different kind of rating most of the time for even the same company. That's really one of the challenges with ESG investing, making it a fairly complicated landscape.